Hey everybody,
Racetrack ladies!
coming to you live.
It's after the Bud shootout.
We're at the racetrack.
You know, so I'm just going to say this about the Sprint Unlimited.
What?
Somebody forgot to tell Sprint that the cars weren't unlimited.
Hi, Chihuahua. It was a full moon tonight, and everything about tonight was a full moon.
I think how many cars total were in the race when it started?
18.
18 or 19? Was it 18?
18.
Yeah.
It was 18.
Okay.
About
So
halfway through, we were down to 9.
Yeah.
Poof! Just like that. Poof!
And really, by the time you got to the last few laps, really, we were really on about 6 cars.
Yeah.
Could have done anything.
But the whole evening started weird because we had no entertainment.
Yeah.
Okay.
well,
Yeah,
we did have some
other than
shooting
ourselves.
fireworks.
Other than ourselves, and we are quite
We had some
entertaining.
shooting fireworks.
We had no entertainment, and then we had Larry King, bless his little heart.
For whatever reason, I'm not
And
sure.
his wife, when I heard the canned music, I thought, great, where are we going with this? But it was at least in a key I could sing, and I did sing.
Yeah, I did sing too, but it was odd.
It was odd.
Just
And then,
odd.
you know, it was exciting to see Tony in the race for the first time since
Yes,
August. That was
yeah,
kind of
that was
exciting.
nice.
It was odd.
That was it.
It was it.
That was it.
So a couple things. So the Daytona, one thing I did notice is that with the pre-race stuff, getting the people off the field or off the infield, it was fast. So
Much-
whatever they did to get them underneath and out,
Yeah.
I mean, people got off a lot faster.
Yeah.
Well, they got
they
on
did.
there real fast too, because I looked up and all of a sudden, whoa,
Yeah.
where all those people come from?
Kathy woke up from her nap.
It's like, oh, hey,
I
what?
wasn't
Are we at a race?
asleep. I just looked up.
But they cleared the infield very quickly.
Look at these
But I'm not sure why they rushed to do that because
The
it
race
really
was
wasn't
terrible.
that good race.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
It was just odd. The whole thing was odd. The full moon, the
Then all
and
the
it's-
fan voting stuff.
fan
and it's not
voting.
because none of our drivers won
No, it was just
No.
an odd race.
or got
It was-
dumped on.
the pace
Crashed
car
into the
blew
wall.
up.
Yeah, when the pace car's on
When-
fire,
when the pace
there's a
car
problem.
blows
That was
up.
the most excitement of the night.
Yeah.
You know, I
Yeah,
was
'cause
just
we're all like, what?
laughing my head off. I was listening to Junior on his radio.
Oh my gosh.
He says, yeah, that car is burnt up.
It,
Their car was burnt up.
it was a Juan Pablo jet dryer moment.
It was.
We just kind of looked at each other like,
Is this really
what?
happening?
And Junior said, you know, I thought, you know, I heard them call to the tower. Tower, we're on fire. You know, and I've
Yeah.
never heard that before, Junior says. I never heard that before. And I thought it was code. I thought it was code for tower, we need pizza. He says, I didn't know what it was about.
No, they were on fire.
They were really on
They
fire.
were really on fire.
They were
But you
blowing
probably
up.
saw that because you may have watched it
Yeah.
on TV.
So
Yeah. That was
would
the
like
excitement.
I'd like to say it got better, but you know.
Well, so one thing.
Our light went out, but that's
It
because
must-
we're so beautiful we put it out.
oh my gosh!
I put it on. I think it got too.
Well, we're going to put it on again.
Okay,
Keep on going.
so bear with us because it is a full moon
And we're in the dark.
And it was an odd night.
Yes, even
Hey,
for us.
y'all can see me.
Hey, you can see me.
Oh, there's your.
I
There's
got
your
my little
face.
square.
Oh my gosh! It was. I'm telling you, this whole night was just bizarre. And to add to the bizarreness, Daytona is doing major remodeling. So
Well,
all of our our little focal points of where we meet,
Yeah.
where we stop.
So
they're all
anybody,
gone.
yeah. So I really wanted to talk about that because when you come to Daytona now, it really is not the same.
You are not in Kansas
So
anymore.
last year we had an issue with all the trees that they cut down here around Volusia Mall. Well, up in their place, they like created restaurants.
There's new
Yeah.
restaurants everywhere.
Trees for restaurants.
Yeah.
They got Bahama Breeze and an Olive Garden right here
And
in
a new
Volusia
IHOP.
Mall.
Like they didn't have
Yeah.
enough restaurants anyhow,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
They had
I don't know.
bunches.
Well, they have a really nice big Outback now over there where the Hilton Garden
it
Inn is.
moved out of the mall and it's across
Yeah.
the street.
So it's
Very
actually
nice.
kind of a nice place. But then when you walk over to the Speedway, it's just weird because they took away like things like
our normal walkway. I mean,
Yeah.
we've done this for so many years. We have a pattern. Well,
It
we
was
were
no
like,
pattern
hey,
today.
oh no, we're
No
going
pattern.
over here.
Yeah, so
Yeah, it was
it's just
bizarre.
interesting. I mean, it'll be nice, I think, when it's done, but it's just weird.
It's
So then the
messed
race was
up.
weird, and then the fans are voting on stuff, and I
Yeah.
remember I did vote on some things, but then I don't get it doesn't matter.
No.
Yeah.
So
I'm like, just race.
yeah, so then the race starts. I couldn't even
Please.
tell you who was on the pole because it didn't make sense. So
No.
So
I
the
couldn't
race
either.
starts. The first segment, there really wasn't anything exciting about it other than Jimmy Johnson spinning at the end. And I guess he really spun himself.
And everybody
Yeah, he did.
yelled, Yay. Which
Yeah,
I don't
which I thought was
understand.
messed
That's our
up.
champion.
You know,
Come
well,
on, people.
He's a 6-time champion.
Jeez.
I don't care.
But
Divide
they-
that by 2.
But they all cheered because he spun out and was done for the day.
Well, that's just wrong.
Well,
Yeah, it
Although
is.
I have to say I was a little happy when I saw Kyle Busch spin.
Yeah.
Okay, I admit it.
Not that I haven't, yeah.
And Shamika Danica was doing pretty good too in that
Yes.
first set. Well, she fell back, and everybody said, "Oh, she lost the draft. She lost the draft." Well, she picked back up the draft, which
Well-
tells us about the suck-up factor, which all the drivers were talking about.
The closing rate is very
Very
fast.
fast.
Just ask Matt Kenseth.
Yeah, ask Tony Stewart. Oh my gosh. I'm thinking, great, let's not break the other leg.
Yeah, well, that was just a weird accident. Well,
It was-
so I guess it was a closing rate thing. So Matt Kenseth comes down, oops,
Yeah.
there's Joey Logano, whatever. But then,
He's always in the mix.
so then it turns Tony into Jeff. Then they go slamming into the wall, and then Jeff gets a booty bite from behind from, I forget, the Stenhouse.
Well, then
yes.
Stenhouse had his roof up.
Meanwhile,
his hood up.
Meanwhile, I'm looking at Shamika going, Shamika, keep going, you're good.
Yeah.
You have just spin it around, get the car.
She's thinking, 4 tires, that's all I need, 4 tires. Boom! Happy Valentine's Day.
Hello, love.
From her boyfriend, Stenhouse.
Yeah.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
says, my boyfriend hit me. And I was going to say, Shamika, it ain't the first time.
That's right.
Ricky's hit
Marry
you a
the
lot.
boy so he stops hitting you.
Get it over with.
Marry the boy. All right, so then that took a while to clean up.
Yeah, it was a mess.
It was
Yeah.
boring. We were going through Facebook.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, let's see, who's emailing me? Let me look.
So then we go to the last segment, and I don't
Oh,
know.
man.
And
And then Ambrose and
then
Junior, and I'm like, Junior!
Hey, Junior got mad.
he
Yeah,
did.
he did.
That's
That's
right,
good.
Junior. Keep getting mad.
Get mad.
Get that fire in your
That's
belly.
right. Get your fire. Yeah,
Get
fire
your
in the
fire
belly.
in your
He
belly.
didn't
Not the
appreciate
fire in the hole.
what
No.
Ambrose did.
Yeah.
No, well,
Well,
it wasn't
but
really
even
Ambrose's
he
fault.
said-
Well,
Yeah.
no, it wasn't. But we had to put a sticker on somebody, and he just happened to be the one we don't like today.
Oh my gosh!
Didn't matter whose fault it was.
That's a rough crowd.
So then it came to the end of the race, and I didn't care who won at that point because there were
No.
only 2 cars left, so it didn't really
I
matter.
didn't like Hamlin's attitude after he
I
won
turned
the
my
race.
radio
Yeah.
off.
Mhm.
I
Questions?
didn't
And
want
it
to
was
hear
really,
anything out of that
come
boy's
on,
mouth.
You know, it's
You know,
not
dude.
all about you, Mr. Hamlin.
All I want to know, Mr.
Win,
Hamlin,
win.
how many championships are next to your name?
Yeah, none.
Thank
0.
you.
That's a 0.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
So
Four
I
pack.
think that's the first time I left before they hand out the.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Trophy.
the funny thing is that most people had left the stands. Now, while it did get a little chilly up in the stands,
It was cold.
a lot of people had already left.
Yeah,
A lot of
everybody
people-
packed up, so
Yeah.
we're out of here.
Because when Junior was knocked
Yeah,
out,
when Junior, man, that was like the last crowd that left.
Yeah.
They're like zip, 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 zip.
Well, the thing about it is, it was a pretty nice burnout. It was right in front of us, and we were just
Yeah,
We were like, go away, Denny. We don't care.
It was
we were just
like, oh,
backing out.
we
Did you get your sweater?
I casually
Yeah.
looked over. Oh, look, he's burning, doing a burnout.
Oh, look
I
at
know.
that. Let's
Oh,
smoke.
isn't that
Okay.
nice? Yeah.
Out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
so
just-
then
weird.
we're leaving, and then
yeah.
Dwayne and I were
We're
walking out, and we see this guy sitting in his car
And
underneath
I'm like,
the way.
Susie, is that Mike Helton?
I turn and look, and it's Mike Helton. So you know what we did? We went up and tapped on his window.
Bad racing product.
That's
Yeah.
right. This was
No,
not a
we
race,
didn't.
Mike.
Yeah, we know why you're sitting in your car.
You're afraid.
He was in one of those little DB Cooper.
Yeah, it was weird.
It was weird. He's a very
He
large
ran away
man
too.
and a very
He said, "Bad race, run
Yeah,
away."
he's like, he was texting like, please, nobody notice that it's Mike Helton. Please, nobody.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
so there were only.
feel you.
Yeah, I feel you. Only a third of the cars were left racing at the
It
end.
was just
It was
dumb.
stupid.
I don't get it.
No.
Well, all right. So, but okay, so there are a couple of things. So there was no 2-2 chain at all. So
No.
they did not bump draft at all
No.
tonight.
Well, unless you want to count Ambrose and Junior.
But they really weren't bump drafting. I mean, it wasn't like the normal kind of bump
They
draft.
did the single car thing for a while. And
Yeah.
even they were bored with that.
There was
Yeah.
no 2-car tandem. You
No
know, but
two-car
you could tell when it was getting to the end of a segment, things would kind of ramp up more. And I think that that's one of the good things about the change in the chase is that winning is important.
Yeah.
So you're not going to have guys just hanging back and, oh, I had a great points day with a 23rd
Yeah, no.
place.
Mm-mm, they're gonna
I think
try
it's
to
going to
win.
make a difference in the regular season.
Yeah. So,
Junior, get mad.
all right then.
Okay,
So-
she's scaring me.
I guess that's really about it. I mean, it was just
Yeah.
kind of. It was kind of there.
Full
Yeah.
moon.
Full
Blame
moon.
it on the full moon.
Yeah.
We'll blame it on the moon. Isn't that a song?
Shame on the moon. I
It
thought
was
on the
pretty.
moon, but
It was
anyway.
pretty.
Beautiful
Yeah.
moon.
And then it was cold.
And it was
Okay, so there you
cold.
go. All right, so tomorrow, we're just gonna sleep.
We're gonna
in,
sleep.
So,
Hey, well, we
yeah.
had to do some shopping.
Oh, yeah, go get
because we have no food
We had
at
no
home.
groceries.
So we'll go do that, but then I guess we'll
Nothing.
see who gets on the pole.
Yeah.
Yeah, tomorrow is qualifying day.
Yep, so we'll
Right.
see how that goes.
We'll see.
All right, well, I don't know that we have anything else to say. Anybody got anything else to say?
That's it. Hi, Nancy. Missed you.
Hi,
Yeah.
Nance. You glad, if you would have been here, you probably would have
I'm
gotten me
so
some hot chocolate, Nance.
cold. Yeah, she's good about going down. You want something to drink?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take some hot
There was
chocolate.
nobody to go down, Nance.
Yeah.
Where were you?
Yeah, because
So-
I don't go down.
Yeah, no. I did get my hot hands out. I got those out for
Yes,
Cassie.
Yeah.
love the hot hands.
You didn't
yeah.
take care of Susie, but Susie took care of me.
I paid it forward. That's what I did.
Yes, she did.
All right, well, I guess that's about all we have to say for tonight, so we're going to go head back to the condo.
All right.
All right, until next time, we'll be
At the track and going green.